This is tonight's 9 at 9.
Police had Anton Harris, the man convicted this week as the medical center rapist, in custody 2 years before the attack for which he was convicted. But they released him.
And that's what Paul Venema learned as prosecutors presented their case in the punishment phase of Harris's trial.
In March of 2015, Harris was questioned briefly, then released. Harris is accused of raping 5 women in the medical center area beginning 4 years ago. On Wednesday, he was found guilty of raping and robbing a nurse in one of those cases.
Harris's lawyers, too, plan on calling witnesses. That'll be on Monday when the trial resumes.
One woman arrested after a security breach at the President's Mar-a-Lago club ends in an officer-involved shooting. Police say they were trying to pull a woman over who was driving erratically when she drove through 2 checkpoints on the outer perimeter of Mar-a-Lago. Officers fired shots trying to stop that driver. The vehicle was hit, but no one was hurt.
This is not a terrorist thing. This is somebody that obviously was impaired somehow and is driving very recklessly and endangering not only the public, but the law enforcement officers that are there. That's what this is.
There was another woman in the SUV, but she was not arrested. A Kirby family forced out of their home by a fire on Scott Carpenter Drive.
It seems there were 10 people in all inside this house when the fire broke out. One of them told me luckily they smelled the smoke and were able to get out safely.
Luckily, no one was hurt. Right now, we don't know the extent of the damage or when the family might be able to return home. Take a look at this. Security camera video shows the car that was used during the escape of 3 prison inmates. Those inmates are linked to the Sinaloa cartel. Police arrested 8 guards for their alleged collaboration in the plot. They've been charged with bribery. Here at home,
a 34-year-old man accused of wandering a Northside neighborhood naked, now behind bars. Gilbert Ramos Jr. charged with indecent exposure.
The Bexar County Sheriff's Office shared a blurred surveillance picture of a man walking through the Timberwood Park area yesterday. A neighbor and deputies who regularly patrol the area identified that man as Ramos. Chaos caught on camera on the Las Vegas Strip. A woman dressed as Minnie Mouse was recorded fighting with a security guard. The fight apparently began after the security guard asked the woman to move from in front of a food court. Witnesses say as Minnie was moving, the guard allegedly called her a bad name. The guard was not seriously hurt. In Buffalo, New York, Dashcam video shows a little girl falling from a moving car. The driver whose car captured that video says while a pickup truck in front of her was turning, a door opened and a small child fell onto the street. The driver picked the girl up and drove off. Police are now trying to track that truck down. Oscar Mayer has come up with a response to a recent news story involving a Wienermobile driver in Wisconsin. The driver was pulled over for not following the move over law. Now Oscar Mayer says it will be selling shirts with a photo of the Wienermobile on the side of the road. Proceeds will benefit the National Road Safety Foundation. A 7-year-old Girl Scout in West Virginia has sold cookies in all 50 states. Rory Clark used social media and her own website to reach customers all across the country. As she sold the cookies, she used a map to chart her progress. She ended up selling more than 700 boxes of cookies. To read more about these 9 stories, go to ksat.com.